Hey guys, it's Paul from Ashen. It is New Comic Book Day for the week of December 19th, and we're going to get started right now. This week's episode brought to you by Christmas. Yeah, Christmas can sponsor things.
Hey guys, Tim from Capes and Scowls and the Comic Book Store. I hope you're all doing well. Most of you. Some of you. I don't really care. Let's do the trades. We've got Wonder Woman, Volume 7. Wonder Woman's been very good since the beginning. We have Evolution, Volume 2. This is James Asmus, right? Yeah, the guy who did Quantum and Woody that I like. And you liked it, Paul.
I think the first couple episodes.
He loved it. We have Venom, First Host. I didn't follow that, I'm not going to lie. Marvel Knights, Daredevil, Parts of a Whole. This is really good Daredevil stuff. DC meets Hanna-Barbera. We've reviewed a couple of those. They're silly but fun. Hellblazer, Volume 4. Yeah, Moon Knight. Thor, Volume 1. This is the restart with the male Thor back in power. We've got Batman Europa. This came out like a million years ago as a hardcover. Now it's a trade. We have Doom Patrol, Volume 2. I don't dig Doom Patrol, I'm not going to lie to you. Daredevil. Multiple Man, Rosenberg right here. This was good, I read that. I read a thing. Good for me. Trades are flying everywhere. Batman. You know we love Batman. Do we even have to go into it? Avatar, The Last Airbender. This keeps going in comic book form. I never did Avatar, but I'm told that these are very good if you enjoyed the show. We've got Ouija, Serial Photographer. I don't know a damn thing about this, but it looks fun.
Never heard of it.
No one's ever heard of it. We've got Justice League, the world's greatest superheroes. I believe it's Paul Dini and Alex Ross. I believe these were the ones that were like those giant, oversized editions. I think that's them collected in a normal-sized edition. We've got the Meta Baron, Book 3. If you haven't read the Meta Barons before, it's really good and very different. Sci-fi, fantasy, combo. Come get Book 3. It's logical jumping on point. And last but not least, oh, you could kill a man with this one. Jesus. Before Watchmen, re-released in one ginormous hardcover, covering everything. Minuteman, Silk Spectre, Comedian, Rorschach, Dr. Manhattan, Night Owl, Ozymandias, and a bunch of one-shots. I'm tired just holding this thing.
It happens every 2 weeks, so my first pick of the week, I'm just going to start combining these because I just have a feeling I'm going to like them at all times. So we have Batman, issue number 61, and Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 12. Because I'm always going to rave about these books. They're great. They're awesome. Nick Spencer just keeps giving us all of our old Spider-Man fans new D-list heroes that we've forgotten about. This continues with the J. Jonah Jameson issue. They finally find out who is chasing them, and why the Scorpion and all these other people are chasing them. It's a Wonderful Life issue, which is obviously really good for Christmas, but it's also a very good issue. And then we have Batman. Batman's a very convoluted issue. Like you really have to, you don't really understand what's going on almost until the very end. But this is going to be a multi-part individual issue thing, kind of building on the last. So it's not really an arc, but they all do tie into each other, kind of building on the mystery of what happened last week, or last month rather. Again, it's really well written, but you really don't understand what's going on until the very end, and it's a great twist. So you should definitely pick these up.
Alright guys, I think I reviewed every issue of this on here, and it's Infinity Wars, issue 6. This is the final issue. Let me tell you something. I didn't care for it. I enjoyed all the issues up to this, and then this one just felt like a sloppy ending. I'm sorry. I mean, you know, all the things get fixed with the stones. You know, things... I'm not going to say that's what happened, but what I am going to say is I don't feel like anything got accomplished. Why did I read this? I enjoyed it, but why? Why did you do this to me, Marvel? Why did you do this to me, Marvel? I didn't like it.
Next up, we have The Life of Captain Marvel, issue number 5. This was almost my pick of the week. It's a great ending to the Margaret Stohl series and her run on Captain Marvel. This picks up, I believe, with Kelly Thompson in the new series, but it's a great ending to this amazing book. If you are a fan of Captain Marvel, you need to read this book. You need to read this series. It's just been a beautifully well-written, kind of grounding tale, rewriting the history of Captain Marvel. And it was really good. And it has a satisfying ending, and I'm looking forward to the next iteration of that with Kelly Thompson. We'll see where it goes. But you should pick this up.
All right, next up, we have Ed Brisson's Dead Man Logan, issue number 2. I reviewed issue 1. I really liked it. This issue, I also really liked it. Maybe my favorite part is the interaction between Mysterio and Crossbones. They don't like each other. The plans of the Red Skull's daughter and Miss Sinister continue to unfold, and how will Hydra use Mysterio's powers knowing that the endgame could work? Old Man Logan and Hawkeye are running around trying to hunt them down by beating up every D-list villain that Nick Spencer hasn't thrown back yet in an Amazing Spider-Man issue. And it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed the book. I'm not quite sure where they're going to take it, and I like that. So, and Ed Brisson has a cool beard. I just keep bringing up his cool beard since he was here. He's probably like, stop talking about my cool beard. Talk about the book. No. Ed Brisson has a cool beard.
So what could be my pick of the week? It is Hardcore issue number 1. Anytime I tend to give Image Books a little bit more extra credit when they give you a very solid first issue without having to go through previews and kind of understand what's going on. This book does that, I think, in small part because it's co-written or at least co-created by Kirkman, and he has a way of grabbing you from the very beginning of a book. This is kind of a take on some familiar sci-fi tropes that we've seen, especially if you've seen a kind of a bad movie from Jake Gyllenhaal called Source Code. Something similar to that, where basically you are mind-jacking people to carry out black ops situations for the U.S. government. And one of the creators basically hijacks the hijack system, and the main character has to basically fight his way back and gain control of the system that he is now stuck in. It was really well done. Not a huge fan of the art, but it fits the story and it fits what it's going for. So if you're looking for a really cool sci-fi book, check this one out. It is really good.
All right, time for my pick of the week. Do you know what it is, Paul? Of course you don't. I didn't tell you. It's Klaus and the Crying Snowman. If you aren't familiar with Klaus, and yes, it's like Santa Claus, this is by Grant Morrison, and this is taking some of the lore of Santa Claus, not just the fable that we've kind of Americanized. This is a lot of fun. This is a one-shot story. There was some Claus that happened before, but you don't need to know any of that. A lot of cool mythos are mixed together. You find the villains of this are coming to destroy our sun. They need the sun. And all the versions of Santa Claus kind of exist to fight them off. It's a weird story, but if you get past that, the payoff is really good. The art is really good. There's a giant goat creature. That's a lot of fun. Grant Morrison, for me, is very hit or miss, but when he's on, he's great, and he's definitely good in this one. It's called The Crying Snowman because there's this snowman character who helps Klaus, and he's a little confused as to who he is because it's getting hotter, and he's getting dumber the more he melts. So Klaus is going to try to help him get cooler so he gets smarter, so maybe they can figure out what's going on. Yeah, it's a little more convoluted than that, but it's a lot of fun, and they chop a lot of like monsters up, and it's violent, and you like violence and Santa Claus, right? 'Tis the season, right? Yeah.
I know Tim usually does the endings, but I just wanted to shoot out a very Merry Christmas to you guys. This is our last live for lack of a better term, episode for the year. With Christmas being next Tuesday, all the books won't be here in time to do a review for you, and also the store's not open, so we can't come in anyway. And then New Year's is going to be a similar situation with the way the postal system works. It's probably not going to get here on time. So we have 3 videos coming up. Each Wednesday you can expect to see a top 10 from Tim and myself, and then over the weekend you'll also see an awesome blooper reel that I put together called the Future Paul Chronicles, and it's something that Tim just really gets a kick out of, and you'll get to see some of the behind the scenes things that happen at the store late at night, usually starting at like 10, sometimes 11 o'clock when we get really kind of loopy and
loopy right now.
Yeah, loopy right now because it's like 11:30. So yeah, it's an interesting thing. Check it out, and we'll see you guys in the new year. Thank you for all the support. You guys have been amazing, and see you next time.